Exiting the first half of the 2019 games, we saw the Azure Royals, one of the top teams from last year, settling back into their groove at the top of the leaderboard. However, with mounting pressure from our rookie team, the Gold Globes, and 4 other teams within striking distance of the lead, how will things change as we enter the second half of these games, with one of the most unique events up next? This is Professor CC19, and welcome to Event 8 of the 2019 Summer Marble Algolympics, BMX Cycling. And I say this is one of the most unique events in the Algolympics because it's the only event where the marbles are actually working together to propel a vehicle, or their BMX bike. There's 2 team members on the front axle, 2 team members on the back axle, and they're all working together to propel their bike along the course. This is the same course as used in 2018, so if you've seen Event 7 from last year, you'll know what the course for this event looks like. And appropriate to BMX cycling, there's a lot of obstacles, a lot of big drops, and a lot of crazy sections on this course where the teams can make up ground, can take a significant lead, just a lot of crazy sections where a lot can happen. One in particular, right at the end, a very long downhill stretch with a spinner right at the top of the hill. It's the great equalizer. Teams can make up a lot of ground right towards the end, so it could be anybody's game right towards that final stretch. In the meantime, this works exactly the same as golf. All 16 teams are running the course just at the same time. They cannot collide with one another. They cannot interfere with each other's races, so they're all trying to run their best individual race just all at the same time. And one of the big things from last year was the fact that we didn't have enough time to let the full race run. We just stopped it when the first marble crossed the line, and, well, bike crossed the line. And then we looked back on who made it the farthest the fastest, and that's how we determined the rest of the results. Well, this year I do not have a 15-minute limit, so we could see the full results of the race until everybody finishes the course. Hopefully we won't have any DNFs with bikes getting stuck. However, that is a possibility. 14 of these teams have run this course in last year's games. Of course, Gold Globes and Mystic Twisters are the 2 new teams running this course for the very first time. Alright, all 16 teams are spinning in the starting gates, very eager to get things underway in this 8th event, and to kick things off in the second half of the 2019 Algolympics. And we're going to begin this race in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, this starting stretch is insignificant when you consider the size of this course. This is a very large and, you might say, grand course, but these humps and this long straightaway at the start isn't one of the grand parts of it. It's a very easy obstacle. All the teams should be able to make it over in a matter of seconds. But once we get to the spinning obstacles, you'll see one starting to appear on the right side of your screen, the complex spinners. That is when teams will begin to separate, either establish themselves well and be separated for the better, or begin to struggle and fall behind the rest of the pack and be separated for the worse. Either way, at this point, someone is going to be able to take the outright lead. Most of the teams running here are either running for the first time, like our rookie teams, or trying to score better than they did last year. 2 of the top 3 teams from this event last year did not qualify for the games in 2019. Alright, here we are hitting this first obstacle. Looks like some teams getting airborne, getting sent flying back like Mystic Twisters. Looks like Yellowfellas, Team Transparent, Team Neon, Gold Globes, and Black Knights are all successfully over. Looks like Crimson Crusaders taking the bottom path along with Team Transparent. Now that's a very smart move, and the reason is because that bottom path means that the teams no longer have to deal with the second set of spinning obstacles, which is almost like a conveyor belt, which is quite difficult to get on. Looks like Grayscales and now Mintergreens joining those teams on the bottom side. O-Raiders and Fireballs just now able to make it over that set of spinners. Ultraviolets and Strawberry Streamers struggling back behind. But at this point, it looks like it's going to be very good for Crimson Crusaders and Team Transparent, taking the bottom path. Ultraviolets finally making their decision. They're going to the bottom path also. Crimson Crusaders got last place in this event last year. Most of that was because of the trouble they had getting on this next set of spinners, almost like a spinning conveyor belt. And since Crimson Crusaders are being able to avoid it this year, they are not going to have to deal with it at all. That is going to mean that they right now are maintaining their lead and are going to redeem themselves in this event. We have Yellowfellas running in first of the teams on the top side, and then getting shot through to the bottom. Black Knights, Mystic Twisters, and Azure Royals getting some good air on the top side. Looks like they're finally over that set of spinners. Turning my attention a little bit farther back, the two shades of pink, Jack's Jokers and Strawberry Streamers, both not having their best day on this course. Now, as I look back towards the front, we have to watch here in the Plinko cage, because with bikes instead of individual marbles, there is a chance that a bike can become high center on these Plinko pegs and come to a complete stop and not be able to finish this course. And it looks like we might have had an instance of that. Black Knights, in the second row, that bike is stuck. Just as I was mentioning that, we did not see any instances of stoppages last year. However, this year, it is not the case. Black Knights are stuck, and unless somebody gets stuck in the first row, that means they're going to finish in last place. Black Knights did not do well in this event last year, so it's not incredibly surprising, even though they have been doing better this year. Team Neon running towards the back of the pack. Fireballs, surprisingly, not doing very well. Ultraviolets, Raiders, Fireballs, and Team Neon working their way down right now. Looks like Gold Globes and Icers have also fallen way back. They're now running behind Jack's Jokers, just barely ahead of Strawberry Streamers, who are still currently in last place. Only a few more opportunities for teams to stop in that top row. If no one does, that means Black Knights are going to finish in last. If somebody else gets stuck in this Plinko section, but below Black Knights, that means they will get 1 point. They made it slightly farther down. So at this point, everybody has passed them. Black Knights are going to finish in last place. Strawberry Streamers, they are taking the upper line, which is better. Gold Globes going way off to the left side. That is not good for them. Gold Globes continuing their very extreme pattern, always either in the top 4 or the bottom 2 in the past 7 events. Looks like at this point it's going to stay that way. Team Transparent has been able to take the lead away from Crimson Crusaders, Mystic Twisters into 3rd, and Grayscales in a close 4th. Everybody else is a little bit farther behind. Looks like Fireballs, Raiders, and Team Neon have made up a lot of ground on that top ramp. Gold Globes running way behind everybody else. Alright, I'm going to turn my attention up front here now. This is where we see some big drops. The restitution has been changed. That is one of a couple small adjustments that have been made since last year. There's going to be more of a bounce than we saw at this drop last year, so it allows the teams more of a chance to get ahead, to get airborne, but just fly back up. Either way, we'll see here as Team Transparent becomes the first team to go over that jump. Looks like they are getting big air, but it's not sending them forward. They're just going to be back up that hill. We'll see if anybody can get sent more so forward. And Mystic Twisters, looks like they have mastered it. They're getting huge air, but part of that is moved them forward. It's not just upward momentum, it is forward momentum as well. So that puts Mystic Twisters into 2nd place, Grayscales passing Crimson Crusaders for 3rd. And here comes a big line of other teams, Yellowfellas. Looks like Azure Royals and Raiders in a virtual tie, then Mintergreens, Team Neon, and Fireballs. So this is a great race, a lot of teams in this. Mystic Twisters closing the gap a slight bit more on Team Transparent. They are neck and neck in this section. Grayscales and Crimson Crusaders close behind. Now Azure Royals has moved into an outright 5th place. Yellowfellas in 6th, same position they were in last year in this event. Team Transparent now taking the lead. Grayscales and Crimson Crusaders once again close. Actually are both slowing up along this ramp. Looks like Azure Royals has gone above and beyond. They are the first team ever to skip this middle section. That gives them a little bit different timing. It saves them just a tiny little bit as they go along this course. Their momentum will be pushed back immediately rather than having to go around these ramps. Looks like Fireballs and Mintergreens also have been able to make some better decisions, taking the longer route. Strawberry Streamers has made up several spots actually now. We have Ultraviolets, Icers, Jack's Jokers, now Gold Globes finally getting to that jump. Not working out well for them. They are getting sent back up the ramp. All right, now we are to this important section. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the spinner at the top of the ramp, and it can send the teams either flying all the way down the hill, or if the timing is off and they do not get a good hit, it could mean that another team can catch up to them. Team Transparent stopping the spinner. That is a good sign, which means that they are going to get some good timing. Mystic Twisters get okay timing. They are following suit. Not so much for the Grayscales. But look at this bounce. Team Transparent gets hung up. That allows Mystic Twisters to take the lead. Sitting in 14th place, they have no medals to their name so far in these games. Right now, they are running in first place, but Crimson Crusaders, trying to redeem themselves from last year, they also have an amazing push. They are trying to gain momentum. In fact, they have a lot of it already, not quite enough to take the lead. Farther back up this ramp, Yellowfellas getting a good push, not so much for Azure Royals. O-Raiders getting a good push as they did last year. Team Neon, not so much. O-Raiders hopping over Azure Royals, that's one spot. Looking up ahead, Crimson Crusaders and Mystic Twisters in a battle, but Mystic Twisters is starting to stretch things out. Look at Fireballs. Look at the air that they got. Mintergreen's also not bad. Strawberry Streamers, they get an okay push. Looks like Fireballs got the best, though. That airborne push that they got is now translating into tumbling down this course. They're up into 5th place. Trying to track down Grayscales, that'll get them into 4th. Team Transparent right now is in 3rd. And now Fireballs colliding, finally hitting the ground. I do not know why my mouse head is spinning. No. Okay, I hope that did not show up on screen. Okay, that might have been a brief moment on screen that I might have... pardon me there, I need to clarify what I'm saying. An ad just popped up on my screen. I'm going to blur it out in the video. So that is what you saw on your screen just now. Mystic Twisters have taken the outright lead. Team Neon has an excellent push down this course. They're also trying to redeem themselves from last year. And doing quite well. They're up into, is that 5th or 6th? Team Neon into 6th place. Getting such good air, they're tumbling back up the ramp. Team Neon up into 3rd now. On top of Grayscales, Team Neon landing a wheelie. Now past Fireballs. Looking farther back, Mintergreens, they have struggled here. Gold Globes getting an okay push, but they have still a lot of ground to make up if they want to at least catch Icers for 14th. Ultraviolets also not doing very well. I think Mystic Twisters have their gold almost in the bag as long as they do not get caught up on these final 2 humps. I think they are almost guaranteed the gold here. And that would be impressive. That would mean that one event after Gold Globes became the very first rookie team to earn a gold medal. Mystic Twisters will also have their name on the board as the second rookie team to earn a gold medal. Plus the fact that with only 48 points sitting in 14th, a gold would really help their position in the overall standings. I think the most interesting battle is going to be for the positions back behind. We've slowed up here. We're reaching the finish line. It is in sight. Let's see here. Mystic Twisters, they're up and over that final hill. As long as they do not get hung up, they are going to be able to win gold. There's a lot of other teams close behind, though. Crimson Crusaders looking for their second silver in these games. And redemption in this event. After getting hung up early, finishing last place last year, they avoided the spot that gave them a lot of trouble, and it really paid off for them as a team. Their strategy is working a lot better, and right now they are in position for 2nd place. However, there are a couple teams that can take it away from them, and who are also going to be fighting for bronze. Grayscales, Fireballs, Team Neon. Team Neon actually going through before Crimson Crusaders. And that means they have a chance at silver. Team Transparent not able to land it. Right now they're in fourth. Team Neon is looking for their first silver medal as a team. They have a gold, they have a bronze. Mystic Twisters have gold now, and Team Neon is going to earn their very first silver. Crimson Crusaders, it is redemption for them. They are going to come across with a bronze. Looking ahead, looks like Yellowfellas with a smooth move to pass Team Transparent. Grayscale's going to just miss the podium. They've been doing very well. Very consistent the past few events. Fireball's going to come through in fifth. Good points haul for them. Yellowfellas for the second event in a row coming through with 10 points in sixth. That's going to bump them up to 50. I do not think it's going to do very much for their position in the overall standings, because they have been running pretty far behind. Team Transparent coming through in seventh, and Azure Royals is going to round out our top half in eighth. Looks like O-Raiders and Jack's Jokers fighting for ninth. It appears that O-Raiders are going to get it. That will be 7 points. Jack's Jokers coming across in 10th. That's going to be 6. Minter Greens, not horrible, but not very good either. That's going to give them what appears to be 5 points in 11th. Strawberry Streamers making up a few spots. 4 points right now for 12th. Ultraviolets right now about to come across in 13th. Icers in 14th, in a position they have been in several times before. Icers really struggling, with the exception of an event at 6 where they got a gold medal. Icers have been struggling in most of our other events. And with Ultraviolets coming across 2 points, Icers 1. Actually, no, pardon me there. I made a mistake in counting that. Gold Globes is going to get 1. So yeah. Is that? No. Alright, so I did not make a mistake there. Should not have doubted myself. Since Black Knights were not able to finish this course, they have 0 points. Gold Globes are going to come across with 1. Icers are going to get 2. Alright, so that is it. Ultraviolets, by the way, were 13th, not 14th. Ultraviolets are going to get 3. We will see the overall standings and the event standings in just a moment, so I can clarify everything. But Mystic Twisters are your gold medalists in this event. Alright, here are the final verified results from BMX Cycling. And it is indeed the rookie team, Mystic Twisters, the dual-colored team with their dual-colored BMX bike, winning their very first medal of 2019. And it is gold. 25 points. It's definitely going to help their position in the overall standings. And look at this, the teams that finished in 15th and 16th. Last and next to last place in 2018 in this event finished with silver and bronze, second and third in 2019. Team Neon and Crimson Crusaders both getting redemption in a big way. That's definitely going to help both of their positions, especially after the past couple events where they had been slipping. Grayscales, another strong performance, 12 points in fourth, then Fireballs, Yellowfellas, Team Transparent, and Azure Royals, who performed well for most of the race. O-Raiders in the bottom half, in ninth with 7 points. Still not too bad for being in the bottom half. Jack's Jokers 6, Minter Greens 5, Strawberry Streamers in a position they have been in several times before. 4 points, at least this year, 12th place. Ultraviolets 3, Icers, also a position they've been in several times so far in 2019, 2 points in 14th. Gold Globes, also a familiar position, 1 point in 15th. Black Knights for the second time in 16th place, earning 0 points in an event. Now it's time to look to the overall standings and find out how things have changed. I still think Azure Royals are going to hold on to that top spot, but there is a lot of chaos, a lot of things that are going to be shaken up after this event. Alright, here are the overall standings after event number 8, and it is still Azure Royals holding on to the top spot, and it is now starting to grow for them. They now have a 13-point lead with 94 points in the overall standings. But look at the battle that's forming beneath them. It is a very close game. Team Neon jumping up several spots up to second with 81 now. Gold Globes and Orators tied at 80. Then we have Ultraviolet 77, Crimson Crusaders and Grayscales at 76, Team Transparent 74, Mystic Twisters up from 14th to 9th with 73, and Fireballs with 72. Black Knights staying stationary, falling all the way down to 11th with 70. But as I mentioned once before, with these big clusters of teams, a medal really can do wonders. Of course, there's 3 medals up for grabs in every event: gold, silver, and bronze, 25, 20, and 15 points. But look at this. Second down to 11th is within 11 points of one another, which means if any one of those teams earns any sort of a medal in the next event, they can easily break away from the rest of the field and challenge Azure Royals up top. So that means that even though Azure Royals have a 13-point lead, they have a huge cluster of teams that are in this race against them. And that also, unfortunately, means that the bottom 5 are beginning to break away on the negative end. Jacks, Jokers, and Strawberry Streamers, the 2 shades of pink teams, close to one another, each with medals, but starting to fall behind. Jacks, Jokers with their bronze at 64 in 12th. Strawberry Streamers, a silver and a bronze, 57 in 13th. Still, they're happy to be above other teams for once. Icers in 14th with 51 and a gold. Even with no medals, Yellowfellas is starting to become more consistent, now only 1 point behind Icers at 50. Mintergreens still struggling in 16th place. They have 30. So that is it for event number 8, BMX Cycling. If you found this event enjoyable and you'd like to see the rest of the Algolympics, including the next event, which is coming out very soon, event number 9, the Relay Race, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything. If you have any comments about this race, any thoughts, cheering for your favorite team, or predicting who you think is going to win this entire event, please leave a comment below. I love reading your comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for event number 9, the Relay Race.